Welcome back to Tutorial Tuesday. Today, we're learning to do that. What is that, you ask? That is a cat leap. Now, there are no prerequisites for the cat leap, but if you watch the last tutorial and can already do a wall climb and a pop-up, that will help you very much because you're going to be going into that same position. The cat leap was mentioned in that tutorial. There are two ways to initiate the cat leap. One is from a standing position, the other is from running. Running was used in the intro clips, but for the purposes of this tutorial, I will be teaching it from standing. Now, the main thing to remember with the cat leap is that though you are just jumping straight towards the wall, one thing you want to make sure that you do not do is lead with your hands. If you do this, you'll not be able to properly stop your momentum and keep yourself off the wall. So, inversely, we are actually going to lead with your feet. As you jump forward with your chest, you're going to drive your knees up and under you and extend your legs out in front to absorb the impact. And then, as your legs are absorbing, your hands will come up and reach the top. And you plant both feet on the wall and you're now back in the cat hang position that was mentioned in the previous tutorial. So again, as you're jumping, you're taking off, right? You're bringing your knees underneath, rocking your hips forward, leaning your chest back to plant your feet out in front. You want to land on the balls of your feet on the wall to absorb the most impact. So the balls of your foot on your toe, try to avoid your heel. And you're going to bend your knees using your whole leg as a spring to absorb that impact force. And then as you are absorbing there, your hands are going to come up to the top to grip and your feet come here. So try to do that with an actual jump as slowly as I can. Should look something like this. Now, smaller distances, it may look like my hands and feet are landing at the same time, but that's simply because I don't have enough time to really lean back here. But the important thing is that even if you are landing at about the same time, you're absorbing the impact with the stronger muscles in your legs and not your arms. You have more leverage using the lower body than you do the upper. If you try to absorb with the upper, again, you'll most likely be smacking your head into the wall. And that's what we want to avoid. So after you can do that and you feel comfortable with it, the next step from standing position is to take it back a little bit farther and just increase the distance little by little. When you feel comfortable with your standing cat leap, now it's time to move on to the running cat leap. Again, we're going to start this at a small distance just to get a feel for it. The way this is going to work is as you're running up, you pick one foot to jump off of. I prefer to jump off my right leg. So as you're doing that, the other leg comes up. Ideally, this should be the leg that you begin to absorb with. I'm a little bit weird. The way I do it is I take off this leg and then drive this leg up for more height using my knee, and then I will bring this one up to absorb. So I jump and land on the same leg. I don't think most people do that, but it's just the way I tend to do it. So again, you run into it and you take off with one foot and land, right? But ideally, both feet should be landing about the same time. But you see the way that I do it? This left knee drives up for a little bit more height. When you're feeling comfortable with that concept, then it's time to start stepping back a little by little and just increase the distance. To really make sure that you have this move down, I would recommend that you experiment with different amounts of speed, distance, and angles that you're coming at the wall from, just to make sure that you understand how it works from all sides of the equation. For example, if we run in at a 45-degree angle here, as we land, there's a bit of swing because that momentum has to cancel out. So it might be a good idea to place this foot out farther than you normally would. That's why I'm recommending that you experiment with it, figure out all the little nuances and the little bitty things about this move, because it does shift slightly based on all of those factors: speed, distance, and angle. This concludes the cat leap tutorial. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped. Feel free to comment suggestions for future tutorials, and we will see you next Tuesday.